Greetings and welcome to Live from Caid. Tonight's special guests are His Grace Duke Guy of Castle Kirk and Her Grace Duchess Darla of Castle Kirk. And His Grace Guy will be our special musical guest. Me, I'm your announcer, Master Bjorn of the Northern Sea. And here's your host, Master Laertes McBride.
Greetings and good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's been kind of an adventurous week, I would say. But I'm glad you're here tonight. We should have a fantastic show. We've been working with His Grace, kind of testing the tech, and it's going to be fantastic. So let's get a couple of things out of the way before we start. Just a reminder, this coming Saturday is the virtual Leon Demir investiture and anniversary, along with a virtual court at 1 o'clock. Be sure to keep an eye out on the Kingdom's Facebook group page for the information for the Zoom, as you can check it out. Again, there's no events in July, but there is the next Royal Thursday with updates from the Crown, along with a question and answer session. That's scheduled for July 9th. So with that out of the way, let's get right to it and bring Bjorn in. So Bjorn, just a moment, and hi, Bjorn.
Hello there.
Look, I didn't even mute you this time.
I know, it's great. It's fantastic.
So how have you been this week?
Doing well. I just seeing all of the great things that are going to be coming up, that have been coming up for arts and sciences these next several weeks. It's really seemed as if people have turned their abilities up to 11. If there are things that they can't do together, they're doing things via Zoom or over chat or whatever. And I think it's been really fascinating to see just how creative and resourceful people of the SCA can be when they want to work on some things together. So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. And speaking of that, the online collegium this past weekend, and I've heard great things about it. I actually attended one of the sessions, and you taught several.
Yeah.
And how was the feedback on that?
It was a lot of fun. We had a similar situation to the Blotted Challenge from earlier, where we had a person that was the host of a room, and then there was an instructor, and then the guests or students came in. And there was a lecture. Sometimes there were slides or things that could be shared on screen, or PDF files or things that could be mailed to the students. In my particular instance, my students emailed me questions after the fact, but it was done in all kinds of different ways. And really, hats off to the Collegium Caid staff, Dame Gwen, and all of the people that worked with her on that. They did a phenomenal job, and we had students and instructors from all across the known world. One of the things that made this so much different and more unique than any other collegium we've had, we have had guests from time to time, as you well know, just like we've had guests at Rapier Opens and things like that. But to be able to facilitate people from Avakal and Trimaris and Enstiora, all at the same time at different places and different Zoom rooms, teaching all these different things. It really was an embarrassment of riches that we had at this last collegium. And I think that this is something that even post-pandemic, I think this is something that we will definitely look into from time to time as a way to reach a wider group of people or be able to bring in instructors from outside Caid.
Right. I just want to give one note that came up that says Collegium was definitely turned up to 11 or maybe 100. I learned a lot. I think it's fantastic.
Excellent.
So speaking of arts and sciences, let's get to your recommendations this week.
Excellent. So now for those of you that are going to be going to Leon Demir investiture and the virtual anniversary and the things that are going to be going on this weekend, I think you're going to have a lot of fun, and I recommend it wholeheartedly. There's going to be a virtual feast. There's going to be a whole bunch of really cool things that are going to be going on. And also, of course, we will be having courts and some other things that will be coming on. But for those of you that still haven't quite finished getting that instruction arts and sciences itch, then I recommend that you get a chance to check out the Trimaris Royal University. That is going to be coming up also on June 20th. Now, because we had so many people from other places to come and be with us, some of our folks are probably going to be taking classes from them. And there's a couple of names that you'll no doubt recognize teaching classes there. A couple of things that you should be aware of, however, they are on the Eastern time zone. So when classes start at 9 a.m. there, that is 6 a.m. here. So if you are, if you really want to get your art on and you're willing to get up early, then by all means, I recommend it wholeheartedly. But the Trimarian Royal University has a fantastic website, very similar to the Collegium one in many ways, where you get a chance to see what is being scheduled at what time and in what room. Just phenomenal. The second thing I wanted to talk about is something that one of our own people, Sir Tiberius Finn, has had a lot to do with, and it is the Known World Entertainment Guide. Now, this is on Facebook, and this is essentially a weekly breakdown, almost like for those of you that aren't my age, but much younger, we had this thing called TV Guide, and you bought it every week to find out what was on television. A television is... Anyway, so the Known World Entertainment Guide is this really neat, updated guide that we have on Facebook that both shows recurring shows, of which, for example, Live from Caid is on that list, and then also shows that come from time to time and may not necessarily be a permanent fixture, but show up from time to time. For example, a bardic event here or something coming from this kingdom. And it's truly fantastic. It's a really good way to find out what's happening in kingdoms outside of Caid. Would you like to see what's happening in the Lochak Bardic community? They have something. Would you like to see what Mistress Trulia and Duchess Helga are doing in Between Two Peers on their show? You get a chance to look up that. So there's a lot of other shows beyond ours, of course, Live from Caid, that's mentioned, and I recommend you get a chance to take a look at that because there's really some fantastic stuff going on all across the known world.
Thanks, Bjorn. Now for the main event, right?
Absolutely.
So where'd he go? Oh, there he is. So who do we have visiting us today?
We have a fixture, an icon in Caid, none other than Duke Guy of Castle Kirk, who will be joining us today. And he is performing double duty in that he is not only going to be our guest, he's also going to be the musical entertainment. So we're going to get a chance to see his fortified castle. He's going to take us on a tour, and we're just going to have some conversation with him, and we'll get a chance to see Her Grace Duchess Darla as well later on. And it's we're just very, very fortunate and excited to have him with us tonight.
All right, well, thanks, Bjorn. I'll put you away, but you can still talk. So let's say goodbye to Bjorn. And I see he's ready. So let's cut in and bring in His Grace, Duke Guy. Here he comes right now. Hello.
I'd like to say welcome to all my friends, our friends of Caid and throughout the known world, their majesties, our ducal cousins and excellencies, and all the people of Caid. Welcome to Castle Kirk.
It's amazing.
Be 40 years this fall, and the original structure was the house behind me, the tower house we call it. And I was 22 years old, started laying blocks. And then I built these palisades here and these gates. And over the years, it's kind of like a history book, all the phases of Castle Kirk. So if you'll accompany me, my friend Lord Abba and Argyle is on the camera. This is the front gate into our compound, and this is our walk-through gate for guests.
Talk about the counterbalance.
Oh yeah, I did a rope to a weight here, and so the gate automatically closes.
And then what happens if you...
Oh. What happens what? If I ring this bell?
Okay. All right, I'll stop that.
Okay, come on in, Jeff.
All right.
And then here's a fountain area. This is one of my favorite spots where we My mother found that plaque at a garage sale, and then I built the concrete around it and built a bench here where we repose. And it's very, very nice retreat of solitude. Very nice here. Then we come to our first bastion, and it has very sentimental value to us here. And it has the embrasures all the way around.
I gotta walk slow.
Yeah. And we come, we're going along the one side of the castle. This is the Swan Tower, I call it. And that's all made with urbanite. The original structure of the tower house was built with concrete block, standard block. And then I got into laying concrete sidewalk called urbanite with rebar core. And the walls here are 3 foot thick. This turret is all cast concrete with a rebar core. But this is all recycled urbanite. Jeff, if you'll
Abba.
if you'll swing around here, you can see the utility room where we have our laundry, and on each side are outdoor showers for men's and women. And men aren't allowed in the women's shower unless they're invited. This door I built out of oak and steel, and it's probably 400 pounds.
Sorry,
And
my.
it was quite a chore to hang it. I had the hinges set already, so I hung the door first and then built the frame to the door. And that was a really good way to go. That would have been really hard to get that into a fixed, preset door frame. Coming this way, the Swan Tower gets, I just touched it back, but it gets covered with this creeping fig and leaves the definitions of the polygon, and it looks good. It's a real English look. And then coming up here we have the arena of Castle Kirk, where this is the second project I started after I'd started the tower house. I got a bulldozer from work during the winter when we were off work, and cut this out. No, I did it all with a wheelbarrow and a shovel. There was a lot of handwork here, but these are the main stairs coming up. Yeah?
Abba?
If you'd like to swing the camera over here. This is an arbor we're building for a feasting table. The high table on the far end is probably 33 feet here, and I'm sure Abba here will be partaking in the feast as we go. We've known each other for decades now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you go up there, Jeff. These columns are cast concrete. I made forms, steel forms for them, and they're very strong, very rich mix, and they'll support a truss roof. Now the footings go down 3 feet to the solid dirt below. And this is the arena of Castle Kirk. I'd like to say the first time that I fought Her Grace Colfina, I was right here, and she was there, and they gave the lay on, and she brashed her sword and shield together, and here she came, and she put me right into my own wall. That is just one of my finest memories, Caid glory. His Grace Swan graced us with the amount of her ashes, and I sprinkled them along there in the path of her charge and dashed them against the wall. So she's there. We have a few SCA brethren's ashes here. A very sentimental spot for them. And then if you'll swing around Abba, you can see the Great Hall and the turret to the left. Try not to get the.
Yeah, it's hard to see, but good luck with that.
Now I'm going to head into the castle proper. We'll meet with Darla and have an interview, some fun questions in the Great Hall.
Oh, sorry. We got a Porter John. I've never seen one of those before at an SCA event.
So your Grace, how much land are you on? How much land is the castle on?
We have 2 acres here, and it's I used to think it wasn't enough, but now it's plenty for what I'll be doing. But I'd like to point these out here. My father was a sculptor, and one of his favorite motifs is the crescent. So we have a lot of his patterns cut out in aluminum, and so there are Caid crescents all around. And we'll come out here and see the privy. This wall here, these are the steel beams that are going to go on top of that arbor. They're ready to lift up. I have to do some welding for the receptor. This wall here goes down 2 feet below grade, and it's a solid 3.5 feet thick. I'd like to cast those columns, those Roman columns, all along the top of this, and connect them with a beam. The Roman Arch of Triumph here for gate. This wall will come up and probably be a quarter round amphitheater for Bardic event. We come out here. This is a current project. We're building a large rectangle that'll be men's and women's privy. And they're going to be very roomy and very well done. I have a lot of nice tile to set for them. And this will be having this and also having the arbor set for feasting will make events much better here. They'll be grand. But these walls are 36 inches thick, and these footings here go down about 2.5 feet to allow for the compensate for the pressure of the earth pushing on this. I put these T's here for backstop. I'm not an engineer, but I play one at Castle Kirk.
Slow down.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying I can't walk fast.
And here's a classic pile of urbanite that we power wash. We get the stones really clean between mortar layers.
Mm.
Show them this. This is a pile, a mega structure of timbers. They're 8 by 12s by 12 feet long that my squire, good to have a squire like that. He's a big time engineer for a big time contractor, and these are left over from a job, so he brought them all out here. So we're open to ideas what we should build with them. The timber hen. Oh, I gotta say too, these rocks in the arena, all these stones, these were all rolled off the hill. The silver oaks were a new group here in our hometown, and they called me up and asked me to come to a revel, and Darla and I attended and met them, and we've been lifelong friends since then. But that fence wasn't there, and we set up on that hill with bars, steel bars, and pried out stones and rolled them down the hill, and that's what this whole wall is all dry stacked. There's no mortar in it. It's just dry stacked with a batter, so it leans back, and the gravity holds it into the earth. Are you entertained so far?
Oh, it's fantastic. So what part did you build first? And then you just kind of been expanding out towards the privies? Is that how you're doing it?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Do it again.
So did you start at the house and just started working your way back towards the privies? Is that the order you've been building it, or?
Yeah,
How-
first thing we did was shot that curtain wall off in line with the gable wall of the tower house. And then I made this polygon tower behind us. And then another wall comes up. There's a big construction project going on up the hill that I'm trying not to show you. And it's, because I want it to be a big surprise. It's going to be, it's going to be really something.
But the front tower house is 1980,
Yeah, I started that in 1980.
right?
The front
And then
tower house.
when'd you build the domes?
That was about 10 years into it. We built an underground dome complex. It's our master bedroom suite, and it's private.
And that's
We won't
what
be touring that.
and the Great Hall sits on top of the
Yeah,
domes.
the Great Hall sits on top of the domes, and also the entry hall, which we're about to go into. This is we call this the beer garden. We have our barbecue.
Neptune's Elbow.
Neptune's Elbow is the name of the tavern, and that is a project that needs to be finished. It'll get a parapet wall of brick and river rock cobblestones, which
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to. It's an old man grandpa retired project. Wait a minute, I am an old man grandpa and I'm retired. So I cast these heraldic dolphins of Caid into the concrete with our family symbol. And then this gargoyle head over here is a drain from the top of the tower.
We'll show that later, right?
Yeah, we'll walk up there. All right. When Lancelot was a young child, maybe 10 years old, and he said, "Dad, will it always be this hard to open?" I say, "Oh no, son, it'll get easier as you grow older." And we got our three sons together and had a safety seminar. No playing chase and slamming this door, because it would crush you. It's very heavy. And I built a skeleton key lock that
Here,
works
so
great.
let me get close up on the. I can get it. Yeah, I think I'm on your hand.
Should be heavier bolt, yeah. But it's very stout door. And this will be a barbican someday. I'm gonna lay this up with block and do a steel grate over here.
Okay.
And
Trying
then
to back
support
up.
the Juliet balcony. It will come out of that door above us in the Great Hall. Please enter. This is Jax and her Grace, Darla, Castle Kirk.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
We've just been walking around your property.
Oh, well, I hope you've been enjoying yourself.
Oh, it's fantastic. And all the comments of people are just loving seeing the project you've been building and how beautiful it looks. It's amazing.
It's
really
been a
beautiful.
lifetime of a project.
So we have a saying, we can come home and pick up 1 of 10 projects or start a new one. But there's always something going on. I haven't built any armor in a while. That's usually a wintertime thing. But, we'd like to show you our gardens. That's the courtyard. Oh, and this is our granddaughter, Miss Emery.
Well, hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
I thought she'd be here for the evening too. These window frames. Yeah.
Okay. Tell me where to
I
pivot.
built the original window frames out of Doug fir, and after 35 years, they started crumbling.
Oh.
And so I
I forgot.
built these windows out of steel, and they're really heavy steel bar, so it's like a security window also. And, it was a good install. Darla helped me, and they went in real well. No, this is the tower house.
We can't film the door. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Stay that way.
Oh my gosh.
Did I break rule number 1?
Not yet. Rule number 1, you haven't even been there yet,
Okay,
Jack.
come on.
No, we're not going in there. No, I just want to see the door.
No, come on in.
No.
Yes.
We didn't even
I command it.
sound check this.
Well, I think it'll work.
Okay.
I think it'll work.
All right, you guys. Are we still live?
We are here.
Okay, good.
Yeah, these are airbrush murals. If you can see those, that one of the Silver Oaks did when he was quite young. And this is the original house. It's about 35 by 20 foot wide. I remodeled the kitchen with all 4x4s framing, and built all the hinges. And it's a smaller kitchen, but quite practical and very, very, very strong. And then the spiral staircase goes upstairs to, we call it the captain's cabin. And it's a loft there, the wood beam ceiling.
It's amazing.
And
How do we get it inside?
yeah, we had a bunch of guys over. I think we were playing paintball. I said, well, you guys are here. We, this was built out in the shop. We turned it on its side, let her down easy, and put a 21-foot piece of 2-inch steel pipe through the center shaft, and picked it up, about 5 men on each end, and it augured its way right through the door. That was my factor on this width, was the width of the door. So they couldn't believe it. They said, that's not going through that door. And it did.
Went through that door right
it
there.
It worked great, yeah.
I was here.
And
It's like a big corkscrew.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And then, yeah, I'm proud that our son, we went to the movies one night, and I said, paint something on these doors. And he painted, it was right when the 2 towers came out, so it was influenced by Rohan, horse heads.
All right.
Oh, yeah, my mosaic. When I was, the mosaic there,
Oh, yeah.
I was recovering from elbow surgery, and I built that. Out of tumbled marble stones, 1 centimeter stones. And they split really easily. They're really easy to work. And just use regular thin set mortar, like for tile.
Hey,
It came out really well. Yeah, let's go in here.
I'm gonna take. What about this picture up here?
This is the parlor.
No, but what about this picture?
Oh gosh, that's when I first started sword fighting. I was 18, and it was Darla. Oh yeah, I still get a kick out of that. We call this the parlor, and this is where our TV is, and the other tower has our office in it. And that's a painting of our sons that my mother painted. And, gosh, there's just so much history here, so many things to see. This is a really nice hearth in the. That was right before I was knighted, the summer before I was knighted. And then this hearth here is really charming in the wintertime when it's on. And this is the over here.
Sorry. Oh, I spun too fast. Okay, go ahead.
This is the mirror on the wall.
They get a bit closer to that. There you go. All right. Slowly. That's the modern stuff.
Yeah, and then we could
All right.
let's go.
What about this stove
Yeah,
here?
this wood stove I built, and it's two walls. It's 24-inch pipe inside of it, and that's a 8-inch fan underneath that chainmail butcher's apron, and it blows air around this exterior pipe and out through these holes, and it works really good. We can fit some big chunks of wood in it too. Hey, we'll go out the front here.
Okay.
It used to be the front.
Now it's the back. Original front door.
Yeah.
That's the. We want to look at the hot tub thing.
Yeah. Have the spa. That's really great for after sword fighting. This yeah, take a friend of ours had a mold of a concrete. Oh, I'm sorry. A cast iron plate, and it was a plate in the back of a fireplace that heat would reverberate off of, and they had a casting of it, and I did a concrete casting. I said, I'm going to build this into my castle someday. And within the year, everything happened to be able to start Castle Kirk. And I said I was going to put that over the front door. And it says Fairfax on the left.
Oh, sorry. This is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm like, tell me, point
Yeah,
sometimes.
it says Fairfax 1649 over on the left. And he was in charge of the Royalist troops in the English Civil War. I believe he was a Royalist. Yeah.
Mm.
And coming over here, you can see the this side of the tower house, the same windows. Oh.
Water obstacle.
Yeah. Now this side of the tower house,
Hold on, let me back up.
I started a palisade here, but I'm not going to finish it. And I started actually pulling posts to use in other places, like Oregon. But that's a stained glass window Darla did of a knight in armor. I'm really I didn't
Can't
help
really
her with
see it in the.
Yeah.
No,
I didn't
I
help
mean
her
with the sun
design at
and.
all. And then this door here, these hinges are from Santa Fe railroad car, and so is that handle with the trifoils on it. I built the hardware above that connects the door frame. And then building the stone stairs there, that was a fun project. And coming over, swing around here.
Hold on, let me come up to here.
This is
Oh,
we
sorry.
call this the cannonball queue, and it's a barbecue I made that has the raising and lowering mechanism here, and it's a 24-inch disc blade that fit perfectly onto this piece of pipe I had, meant to be. I did the hinge works, but it wasn't counterweighted, and then my son worked at a site of, it was at a lumber yard, but it was the site of the original Fort Visalia from the 1800s. And over the years, they found cannonballs there. And they said, one of these should belong at Castle Kirk. So they gave it to him, and I welded it in for a counterweight and a stop for the lid. But this barbecue works really, really well. We barbecue our turkey on this every Thanksgiving. Then coming through here, we'll be back inside.
When it show the marble stone thing?
Yeah, this is I originally had this barbecue on this stone pedestal, but the heat disrupted the fire bricks and they crumbled, so I made the steel legs, the Eiffel Tower look. And then I capped this with some stones to use as a barbecue table. You always need that.
Mm-hmm.
And look, standing by, shovel. Here's the lounge. We
can't, too modern. Come on, move on.
we set up this lounge at the Great Western War every year that we're gonna miss.
Okay. Great Western Lounge. There you go. I will try to stay out of the scaffolding. There we go.
Here's a nice view of the utility room. Then we'll go up to Santorini.
And then this little interior fountain.
Yeah. I was gonna do French doors here, 8-foot high French doors, but this is so charming to have this outdoor breezy space. We're just gonna leave it. It's the California look. I built that railing, and it's very strong. And you might see these angels on these davits around here. These davits were scaffolding, fixed scaffolding, and I thought
okay.
I would,
Angels up there.
yeah, I thought I'd just leave them and garnish them with angels up there. And a grip bar. Then we come up here, we'll go into the Great Hall now.
Okay.
The pride and joy. Oh, you have a nice view of the laundry room through this door here.
Yeah, we already went there.
I call these the Santorini stairs, inspired by the Greek Isles and the structures there. And this is this goes up the side of the underground dome, the major dome, the grand dome.
Go, Jax. Come on, Jax.
Now, this is a construction level here, and we're trying to avoid the views of that, but This is where the final phase of the castle is happening.
Talk about the door. Where'd you get that door?
Okay, this door, a friend of ours, of a real good friend of ours, he lived in a Spanish house in the Roaring '20s in Hollywood, and they were demolishing the house, and he said, "Can I have the door?" And they said, "Yeah, sure." So I had this under our bed for about 8 years, and don't ask me how that finish came out, but it's really rustic but well sealed. And I did all the steel work on the door. The hinge works are inside. And I built this, all around Castle Kirk, I built these little drop latches.
Let's get a better shot at the angel. See?
Yeah. There you go. And there's the tower house and the garden.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Again.
Well, I've got it back this way. The sun is coming through the window.
Now, this is the Great Hall of Castle Kirk, but since I'm so fond of the Irish pubs and the singing that goes on in them, we thought we'd make it like a 19th century Irish pub. But it's also very SCA applicable. We had a Christmas party for a baron here. And how many? Over 50 again? Yeah. We had over 50 people dining. And these double doors here will go out on the balcony. It'll be quite wide.
Where you can see the arena from there. Well, I'm trying to keep this sun. Give me a minute.
Still have, yeah.
Oh.
Well, there's a lot here, and you're only seeing part of Castle Kirk. There's a lot more, but these are the sections we thought we'd choose to show you. This here is the interior of the Swan Tower, the Parapet Wall, and these embrasures are just the right height. And this is all old concrete sidewalk, also set in place and then plastered.
And how thick is that wall?
Plastered with lime and sand, and then whitewashed.
Hold on, he had a question.
Okay.
So how thick is that wall?
It's about 20 inches thick. But at the base, this tower slopes up. A lot of the towers here have batters on them, and as it slopes up, it gets thicker at the base because this is a vertical wall here. Here's a view here of a turret and a bastion, and over on the left where that rebar work is, that's going to be a polygon turret. But this round turret here, that's a World War II buoy on top of it that I cut in half. And my son Lance designed and built that spike on top. Which you'll notice also around the castle, we have the Caid crescents built in the parapet wall all the way around. And this is the rebar. This will have steps up to the deck and the parapet wall on the left made out of brick and stone. And I'm looking forward to this also, getting that built. And you have a good, probably 200-degree view out of this tower here, 240. And it covers the main gate really well. I could get a shot here, Jeff, looking out through the parapet. There's the lion head fountain. No, there's the gate. This is the lion head fountain. You can see
Sorry.
The entry and the bench.
Yeah. Come back in.
Incredible.
Yeah, coming into the Great Hall, and the tour is over. I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh, that was simply amazing. Right, Bjorn?
That was incredible.
Well,
Absolutely
there's a lot
incredible.
more to this, and a lot of history here.
So,
Sit down, Javier.
Are you gonna play some music or?
I thought we were doing an interview.
We're doing an interview.
yeah, just a few questions.
Just a few questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's pan this way. Like, oh, and the internal fireplace. What was the idea on this one?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
I thought there was like something in Santa Cruz that inspired you on that.
And I picked that up, and it's got to be garnished up. It's not really period looking, so I'm gonna
Okay.
sheet metal work on it.
All right. All right. You guys are gonna sit over here.
Emmy, you coming over here too?
Well,
I don't want to hurt the.
Hi.
Let me try to get. Okay. You guys. Does that look good?
That's good. It's like we have the dog's perspective because we're looking through his ears. So, so,
Oh.
um,
Jax. Come on. Jax, come on.
it's awesome.
I just had to steal the show. Yeah, this is Jax. He's such a great dog.
Oh, he's so mellow.
He looks great.
Really nice.
So basically 40 years ago, you decided let's make a castle.
I'm having trouble hearing you, Larry. Let me turn the music off.
Oh, let's move over here.
No, it's fine, Jeff.
Oh.
You can't see? The light's not good?
No,
I can see. Well,
I don't know.
Can you hear me better now?
There we go.
is that turned up as high as it is?
Yeah, I got the volume all the way up. I
Okay.
believe.
You could get a little bit closer if you wanted.
Okay, let me try. Can you just still hold there then?
Yeah.
All right, let's try that. I'm just trying to set it in place so that. Is that better? One moment.
Yeah, just turn it a little bit so they're centered.
Okay.
Oh,
Sure.
that's nice too. Oh, there you go. Hello.
Yeah,
So,
we can hear you well.
can you hear me better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Much better.
Okay, so 40 years ago, you decided just to build a castle?
Yes, all my life, as a young boy and young man, I've always wanted to build a castle. And, I was given gifts of working with my hands and an ambition. And I fell into a construction job where there's a lot of dirt work and concrete work, and learned about building. And I said, I can do this. Darla's father is a mason, stonemason, and he came up
For a wedding present.
for a wedding present. He worked with me for 2 weeks to start Castle Kirk, and we got up to the arches, and then I did the arches on the windows and the rest of the wall, and then the gables. And that, I got pretty good at main block from that 2 week course, and then working here by myself. But that was quite a start. We lived in a trailer with ran a 700-foot hose from our neighbors, a piece of almost a whole spool of irrigation tubing. It had a Coleman lantern, and it was like being pioneers.
No electricity,
No electricity, ice chest,
no refrigeration, no heat.
like camping, which we all know how to do very well. But then it's always been improving. To get the gravel on the driveway was a huge improvement. Keeping dirt out of the house for the castle. And I've learned a lot on our own. And Darla has really loaned her touch to making this a pleasant place, very charming and warm. The gardening, interior.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because when you're walking around, it really seems like a joint project between you two, because all the touches and everything that she's added to the project, it really seems to reflect both of y'all working on it and bringing this dream together.
Right. We both, it's a labor of love for both of us. We both have things that we feel like we really enjoy doing and complement each other. Like Guy will make a room or and I'll decorate and add the leaf touch.
Of course.
Yeah, this would be pretty stark. There'd be a lot of armor on the walls here. It's been quite a journey, and we're on the 4th lap now, and in our lives, and it's coming together. And after this summer, it'll be half done.
And it seems there's a lot of sweat from people from within Caid that's come up and
Yeah.
helped out and worked on projects.
We have had a tremendous amount of help from lots and lots of people have sweated into the castle as well. From the very beginning when we first got started, through even now, we still have people that come and help us with projects, and they in turn learn how to do some kind of skill and have a knowledge of it, and enables them to do some things, maybe not build something like this, but do other things and around their own houses or a craft or something like that.
My friend Ava here has a house, and we've worked over there quite a bit.
And
he's
he
learned.
has worked out here since he was a kid.
Yeah, I think we've taught him a lot, and he has really helped out here a lot also. But we had some grand wall raisings with 60 people here, and they were a lot of fun, but could get very confused. And but we'd get a lot done, and then have a great revel that night and a feast and a tournament the next day. And those we decided to stop having those and have more of a Brotherhood of Silver Oak wall raisins. So over probably a 12-year span or more, 15 years, we would meet on Sunday mornings here and work for about 3 or 4 hours and then sword fight and have a fighter practice. Darla would make a lunch. And those have expanded. Other people are welcome to come or invited to come. And we have some grand events. And we work as early as possible is the best time to start. And then go to having a lunch and then a fighter practice. And everybody finds their niche. Some are mixing mortar, like to do that. Some are rinsing stones, and some are setting stones. Whatever your skills are, ambition, desire. But a lot of people have told me they really enjoyed coming out here and helping. It's like the Tom Sawyer painting the fence analogy. I've been told that, and very, very thankful for that, and for the camaraderie and wonderful times we had.
Yeah, it's an amazing property that you have and everything that you've built. I mean, it's incredible. And, everyone that is talking about it in the comments of the hospitality that you show when they come out there and they're able to get their hands in and get dirty and help out. But so I have a question not related to the castle, but how did you guys get involved in the SCA? What brought you in? What was your exposure to it?
Well, we had a modern mythology class in high school, and it was a very popular class where we read The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, and we had time to read an extra credit book, and the teacher, Mrs. Kirschberger, remember her name, she told us about a woman named Catherine Kurtz who wrote the Dearney series, and she was in a medieval society. I've always been interested. I've been building armor through high school, and I perked up and researched it at the library and made contact with Caida's Principality of the Kingdom of the West then. And there were 2 nights, Sir Fishing of Malt Orange and Sir Hugh the Undecided. And I went to a cornetting tournament for Thomas the Merciless, and they let me fight that day. And then Darla, she had no choice. We're high school sweeties, and she's enjoys it, don't you, dear?
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Of course. Wonderful, wonderful people, and it's really learned a lot and continue to learn a lot. Everyone in the FCA has their own talents and their own strengths, and it's a wonderful combination of the best of us. And always the possibility to learn more. Really appreciate
Right.
that.
Michelangelo said, "I'm still learning." But the growth of the SCA over the last, gosh, we've been playing for 45 years, and how just the atmosphere just increased over the years, to where we have these beautiful period encampments now at the wars, the garb, the armor we're wearing now from when I started.
The shag rug armor.
Yeah, shag rug. They let me fight with a pair of wrestling knee pads for leg armor my first time at that corneting tourney. They let me fight after a 5-minute coaching session. And I fought Duke Paul at that tournament. He gave me a lesson, and something I'll never forget. So he was there, and he was one-shotting a line of 20 men. And I said, "Who is that?" And they said, "That's Duke Paul." You know, he's just been such a great hero of mine ever since.
And he's still teaching.
I got his book.
Well, it seems His Majesty has a question for you. It says, you're an SCA hero to many fighters. Do you have an SCA hero?
Oh, Duke Paul. Hands down. What I've seen him do, can still do, he's just a class act on the field, very chivalrous. It's a good fight. That's great.
So this is the point where I turn it over to Bjorn to see if Bjorn has any questions for you.
Well, Your Grace, when you both
Sorry,
started
Bjorn, Master Bjorn.
when you both started playing in the SCA, and there were 4 kingdoms.
Oh, those crashing noises was our granddaughter playing wooden blocks.
Ah,
Come up there, building
There
a
were
castle.
4 kingdoms when you first started, and a couple
over
of
they went.
principalities.
Oh, I don't think Your Grace. Can you hear Bjorn right now?
Yeah, I can hear you later days. I can't hear.
I can hear Bjorn. Yeah, I don't think they can hear you,
Oh,
Bjorn.
they probably can't. Well, it wasn't that important.
I'm sure you had a great question. Let me pop out and see if you can hear Bjorn. Okay, I'm just gonna pop out for a second.
I'm waiting for his.
All right. Can you hear me now, Your Grace? Are you able to hear me now, Your Grace?
I don't think they're able to hear you, Bjorn.
No.
Because they're
That's all right.
You know, y'all are out in the boonies. So, but you know, I'm really impressed. Okay, so we got one more question. So what is your absolute favorite SCA piece to perform?
Piece to perform?
Yeah, what SCA piece is your favorite to perform?
Oh, in poetry or singing?
They didn't say, so let's go with singing.
Probably an Irish song called O'Donnell Aboo. That was being considered for the national anthem of Ireland at one time.
Oh, nice. Well, now, since we're talking about singing, one of the things we asked you to come on today to do is perform a piece for us. So you want to sing a song for us? Want to tell us about what you're going to perform?
Yes. Can you play that one, Nava? O'Donnell Aboo? We could do another.
I can take it. Yeah, I can make it.
He'll accompany me with a guitar. Gosh, I'll have to.
What do you want to move over?
Yeah, right here. Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on, let's get the camera situated and find a good spot for him to perform. Maybe.
You could pull a chair up.
Yeah, no. Grab me that chair over there.
One of these?
No, that one. Bring it over here. All right, I turned Duke Guy into a stagehand.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not going to get a union card though. So.
No.
I brought this to Great Western War, the shovel I made out
Right.
of oak. And I was offering a free service
it's good right there.
table leveling that day only.
Here, and watch this.
But yeah, this worked really well. We've used it here quite a bit.
Oh, gotta reach into it.
Well, I'll
I gotta
just.
find a water.
Jesse.
Abba plays bass in our Irish band. We do the Irish music. And this is one of the songs we do too on stage.
But today he's gonna pretend he's a guitar
La
player.
la la.
Okay. The strap on. It's in D, right?
Proudly the North.
Slow on. You gotta wait until I tell you you're ready. Okay. Alright, you can go now.
Trumpet is sounding, loudly the war cries on together. Clean the steam by those swillies bounding. To join the thick squadrons on Samuel Stream Vale. Many a mountaineer, strangers to fright or fear, rush to the standard of the red boots. For the yellow glass, drawn from each mountain pass, words read in a dawn of Yes, that's what we'll sing tonight on that one. Let's do another one. That was too deep a key. I was burying it. No rehearsals.
Where'd you pitch pipe? How about what's the gosh, now you have to start county.
Oh, okay. This is another favorite of mine for singing the essay. Near Bridgetown in the county down one morning last July. Down a green bunny came a sweet Colleen, and she smiled as she passed me by. She looked so sweet from her 2 white feet, the sheen of her nut brown hair. Such a coxswain there, I shake myself, make sure I'm standing there. From Battery Bay to Derry Caid, from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I seen like a sweet Colleen, till I'm at the county town. As she onward sped, sure I shook my head and I gazed at the feeling fair. And then says I to a passer-by, who's the maid with the nut brown hair. He smiled at me with pride, said he, the gentleman of Ireland's crown. Young Rosie McCann from the banks of the Ban, the star of the county town. From Battery Bay to Derry Caid, from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county town. Sure, I wondered a bit, but I never was hit since my Roman career began. But swear and swear, surrender there to the charms of Rose McCann. I'd a heart to let the lieutenant yet, and I met with a Charlotte Brown. But in she went, and I asked no rent from the star of the county town. From Battery Bay to Derry Caid, from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county town. And the harness there, she's surely there, and I'm dressed in my Sunday clothes. With my shoes shone bright, and my hat cocked right, for a smile from the nut brown rose. No pipe, no smoke, no horse or yoke, with rust my plow turns brown. Till a smiling bride by my own fireside is the star of the county town. From Battery Bay to Derry Caid, from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county town. From Battery Bay to Derry Caid, from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county town. That I met in the county town. That I met in the county town. Huzzah!
How are we doing?
That was fantastic. Thank you so much.
Well, I really missed St. Patrick's Day this year. Our gig was canceled.
I think a lot of us did, actually.
Yes, so I made up for it there. Gosh.
So
Wow.
you're not going to be able to hear Bjorn, but he has a big smile on his face and a big grin and a big chuckle. So
Well, I'm
I want
singing.
to. Yeah, we can't wait to get everyone together so y'all can sing again. That'll be fantastic.
Looking
And we'll
forward
get
to it.
But
Yes,
I want to thank you for your time. I'm sorry, go ahead.
There's thousands of Irish songs. A lot of them have the word whiskey in it. You want to hear another song?
Sure, we'll do one more.
Sounds
We
good.
got time.
Absolutely.
As I went all over the Cork and Kerry mountains, I met Captain Pearl and his money he was counting. I first produced my pistol, then produced my rapier, saying, stand and deliver, for the art of bold deceiver, Marshall bring the whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I counted out his money, very pretty penny. I put it in my pocket and I took it home to Jenny. She smiled and she swore that she never would deceive me. But they don't take that woman, for they never can be easy. But shall bring them a doom of whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. 'Twas early in the morning, before I was to travel. Up comes a man with footmen, and likewise Captain Pearl. I first produced my pistol, then produced my rapier, saying, stand and deliver, for the bold deceiver, Marshall bring them a doom of whack for daddy-o, whack for daddy-o, there's early in the jar. If anyone can aid me, it's me brother in the army. If I find a station in Cork or in Killarney, and if he'll come and join me, we'll go roaming in Kilkenny. I'm sure he'll treat me better than me on this cottage jelly. I shall bring them a doom of a dog. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in that jar. Marshall, bring them a doom of a dog. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Hey!
Incredible.
This sure is enjoyable, sharing with Castle our music.
Thank you for taking so much time out of your day, and Her Grace and Ava for being here with us. This has been incredible.
I enjoyed it.
And what an amazing place, what an amazing amount of dedication and love and passion you've put into it. Again, thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome, and thank you for joining us.
Now I can see Dorn. Now you can see.
And now people are on Facebook are wondering when they can come out. When's your next work party? When they can come out and help you pursue this dream of yours. So
Well, that'll be this fall. I made the decision not to have any wall raisings in the summer months because it's just too hot. By 10 o'clock, it's just too hot. And there's plenty of other projects for me to do here. But we're gonna start having fighter practices again here, early morning fighter practices. And gosh, we're gonna see Caid rise up and come back, and it'll be better than ever. I know this virus has really changed a lot of lives, but it will be over. Caid will come back stronger than ever. Looking forward to that.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll be back.
yes, we will. And it's fantastic seeing both of your graces. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank
indeed.
Well, we enjoyed being interviewed.
Well, you have a good rest of your evening, and we'll be checking in with you as things go along. Keep healthy, keep happy. Thank you for the positive energy and just being there as an example for all of us, both of you.
Okay. Farewell. Long live Caid.
Long live Caid. Have a great evening.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Wow. There's you know me. I'm not usually at a loss for words, but it's Guy and Darla. What else can you say?
They were fantastic, and I know the resolution on the video was a little hinky at times, but we maintained it the whole time.
Yeah.
We got to see some fantastic things. His passion, their passion of building this castle and making it theirs, sharing it with us. Oh, wow. I truly enjoyed every moment of this, just seeing how much he has invested and the dreams and what they've accomplished. It's fantastic.
You know, when they started, there were 4 kingdoms. That's what I was saying before. 4 kingdoms, 2 principalities. And now we have 20 kingdoms and all these principalities. And they have seen us through almost all of it and all of the kingdom of Caid. And so for him to continue to be a beacon, a guiding light, a standard bearer for the kingdom at all this time, he is just as passionate about the kingdom now as he was when he got his AOA in 76, you know, and so it's just, it's amazing. It's amazing to see. And he's amazing. And I'm so glad that you were able to get him as a guest for us tonight. This is an absolute treat for me. And I'm sure I don't just speak for myself when I say that. I think a lot of people feel the same way.
Yeah, Duke Guy is one of those people that we run in adjacent circles, and we would cross paths, but I've never really had an opportunity just to sit and talk with him and hear about the castle and how he got started and stuff. So I thought this would be selfishly great for opportunity for me to learn more and talk to Guy and to share it with everyone else that's watching us and show what he has out there. Not only just this kingdom, we have viewers from across the known world. So I'm selfishly, I'm glad I got to share this moment with everyone. What a great hour of, I feel like my spirits are lifted just from the songs and the positive attitude they both have. So.
Absolutely.
All righty. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Now next week, we are going to have Master Riordan, who is the editor-in-chief of the Tournaments Illuminated. So he will be here speaking about that publication. Submissions, have any questions about the publication, how to get an article published. He'll be here to speak about that. And then the following week, we will have Duke Guillaume on here, not to perform, but to speak about what's going with him and give a little perspective from his reigns and such. So we have a good couple of weeks coming up.
Sounds fantastic. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you very much for watching today. I'm scrolling through some images right now. Just a second. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. And again, Bjorn, thank you so much. And everyone else, be sure to join us next week. But once again, we'll be live from Caid. Thank you again.